Hi, everyone. I'm Adam Blair, editor of Retail Touchpoints, and today I'm very happy to have Andrew Laudato, EVP and COO of the Vitamin Shoppe, join me for this Retail Reset conversation. Our goal with these is to provide a curated virtual forum for retail executives to map their post-coronavirus recovery strategies. Today we'll be looking at how one retailer, the Vitamin Shoppe, has adapted and continues to adapt to the continuous evolution of dealing with COVID-19. Andrew, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with Retail Touchpoints.
Thank you, Adam. I'm happy to be here.
All right. Well, I got some information ahead of time that Vitamin Shoppe has sold more than 1.3 million units of a range of immunity support products in less than 4 months. And I wonder how that compares to sales of these products over a similar period in a typical year. And are there things that Vitamin Shoppe has done to meet this very highly elevated demand?
Yes, that's true. And so if you think about the timing, this hit right after cold and flu season, which was just about wrapping up. So these products are generally really popular in the winter months. So some of the items we're talking about, vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, these products have sold at the rate of 2 to 3x what we would normally see at the same time.
Wow. Wow. Okay. And that certainly speaks to, I guess, people's concerns about their health and public health in general, it sounds like. Have there been any other changes that you've noticed in things like, I don't know, search terms, product choices, any other measure of, how people are shopping and what they're shopping for? And has that changed as we're now in, I guess, the 4th or 5th month of the pandemic?
Yeah, absolutely true. And so at the very early days, people were looking for hand sanitizer. If you remember, that ran out. Normally, you get about 30 a week searches on hand sanitizer, and that went up over 1,000. And very early on, all the products I mentioned, the immunity products, there was a very high interest in those. We also got on our website searches for anything maybe mentioned on TV, including some of the drugs that were being touted. Of course, we don't have those products. We don't sell that kind of stuff, but people were searching for it anywhere they could find it. We even had searches for toilet paper, for thermometers, and those types of things.
Right.
The evolution now is people are more concerned with sleep, stress management, and really back to sports nutrition, getting back into the gym, and not surprising is interest in weight management.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that part of it. So I understand that as with many other retailers, curbside pickup and buy online pickup in store BOPIS offerings have been very popular with Vitamin Shoppe. And I wonder if you could take me through what the process was like of ramping those up. Were they available previously? And if not, have there been any specific technologies or solutions that have been helpful in setting that up and having that respond to the volume that's needed?
Yeah, so for us, the either buy online, pick up in store, which I'll call BOPIS, or the curbside have grown to almost 30% of our online sales. We've always really liked that business because it brings the customers to stores, and expertise is a pillar of the Vitamin Shoppe, and so we get to have that conversation with the customers. A couple things. Earlier in 2019, we did some work on our buy online, pick up in store to make it perform better, to fix some of the bugs and glitches. So we're really fortunate having done that pre-work and building the foundation for that system. The curbside was all just really being scrappy. We did it without technology. It was simply, call us when you get here. And I placed an order, and they called me and said, when you can come inside or we'll bring it out to you. So what we're looking to do now is take what we've learned through the low tech, the telephone, and then encapsulate that into our systems. And really, we think this type of shopping is here to stay. The customers have learned to shop more online, to use curbside, to use the buy online, pick up in store, and we're embracing that. And we're going to continue to improve on these capabilities and automate them through systems.
Yeah, we've been seeing that with a ton of people, that things that were already growing in popularity but not huge, like BOPIS, have just been hit with the accelerant of the immediate need, and it looks like they're going to continue on through past this time as we adapt to that. I was also curious about contactless payment. That's another obviously big topic as people are concerned about touching surfaces and how they interact in stores. Can you describe just the types of contactless payment you've been offering?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm old school retailer, right? When I deploy anything to stores, I do it very cautiously and you do a rollout. So we were actually in process of rolling out contactless payment, which would be Apple Pay, Google Pay, when this
Mhm.
hit. I received a call from one of our regional vice presidents that I need it now. Our store didn't have it. So I called the tech people and we just put it in. We took a risk and got that up and running. I'd like to talk about our entire transaction. And so you can do an entire transaction without touching. The way we do it is we just turned around the little scanners so the customer can scan their own products. We have the touchless payment that we just talked about, and we also rolled out digital receipts. So you don't have that interaction of the receipt. And so from the top to the bottom, it's completely contactless at the Vitamin Shop. And a very large number of customers have taken us up on those capabilities.
Great. And as with the other things, it looks like that's going to be a very strong continuing trend. One of the big challenges we've seen for not just retailers, but all kinds of companies is how they're communicating with their internal teams during the pandemic, with so many people either working from home or limiting their hours, et cetera. Can you just take me through what some of your communication strategies and tactics have been at Vitamin Shop? What have been the things you've really wanted to or been able to communicate to your internal teams and associates?
Yeah, this is so important, right? With so much going on and so much changing. So we really put a lot of time and energy around communication. We have a coronavirus task force that was meeting every day, 7 days a week. In fact, in the beginning, twice a day. Then we have a bi-weekly meeting with our directors and field teams. We're creating a weekly memo to each and every employee in our company. We call them health enthusiasts, so a memo, as well as our CEO weekly recorded a video to all of the associates. And those were real popular. She just did them on her cell phone, either from home or in the back of a store she was visiting. So a lot of communication. We also have an intranet in our company.
Oh, okay.
So, we really like to try to communicate in threes. So we want to tell people something or give them three different ways of hearing that message. And so the intranet, the video, and the memo all put together really helped us get the word out.
Great. I like
just
that.
today, we did a
go
town
ahead.
hall with all of our corporate and field employees. And we used Microsoft Teams Live for the first time. So we just got that wrapped up and it went very smoothly.
That's terrific. Yeah, I know some people have had some technical issues, but that's great that it went well. Vitamin Shop has also done a lot of community outreach and support, I wondered if you could talk about that and what kind of reactions that's gotten, either from consumers or employees or the people that have been the recipients of that attention.
Yeah, we have. We delivered truckloads and truckloads of immunity products, health products. Interesting, you wouldn't think about it, or I didn't, but some of the frontline workers, especially in the hospitals, were looking for energy bars because they were so busy they didn't even have a moment to stop and eat lunch. So we were able to deliver those bars, those products. I actually worked with a company to help give some jump ropes we had for some kids to keep in shape. But and then we did some things local, where local stores through our program were able to donate. And across the board, it's been really well received. I mean, we all have to work together to get through this. And, we're happy to do our small part in contributing.
Okay. What would you say has been the most challenging part or parts of dealing with COVID-19? Obviously, there are many challenges in many different areas, but for you and for Vitamin Shop, what's been the toughest things to deal with and overcome?
So one thing for us was federally, we were deemed an essential retailer, which makes, of course, perfect sense for the products that we sell.
Right.
But we did have a couple of states that said that we can't open, that we needed to close, and that we were non-essential. And within states where we were open, we had individual jurisdictions, either a health department or a mayor's office, that felt like we should be closed. And so for us, we had to work really location by location to make sure we explained why we were open, what we were selling, and how important it was to our customers. So that was certainly a challenge. The other, more personal is, this is affecting people, right? It's very, I have some friends affected. So we need to make all these decisions. And early on, what we did is we made guiding principles. And number one was, first and foremost, every decision we make was going to be in the eyes of protecting the health and safety of our employees. And then secondly, the health and safety of our customers. And then finally, after the first two were met, the health and safety or the financial health of our business. So we didn't make a single for-profit decision without making sure that we could take care of the health and safety. So while it was challenging, having these guiding principles as decisions came up was really invaluable to each of us.
That's great. And I've, again, been hearing that from other people, that it's so important to have those basic core principles and have that guide really all your decision making, especially in a high tension time that we're operating in. You mentioned issues around stores opening or reopening. Where is Vitamin Shoppe at with that currently? Is most of your fleet open, or is it in the process of reopening?
Yeah, of our 740 some stores, we have less than 50 that are closed. Some are scheduled to open tomorrow.
Wow.
And then, knock on wood, the rest will be reopened by middle of June. Now, we did reduce hours across the chain, and we have some stores being affected now by what's going on with the unrest. And so that's also affecting our store opening. And I would say even for our stores that remained open, of course, it wasn't business as usual. We adopted all of the social distancing, the safety, the enhanced cleaning, PPE, and all those things. And we continue to evolve and follow the CDC guidelines. So it's not just about staying open, but it was about staying open properly and safely.
Right. Okay. I'm curious, looking ahead, and I know it's difficult to scenario plan when things are still changing rapidly, but which of these things, whether they're specific tactical things or big picture strategic things, do you think will continue to be part of how Vitamin Shoppe operates in the future?
Yeah, I think that more and more, each and every one of us are going to pay more attention to our personal health. So I think the products, the information, the advice that we offer is going to continue to be very important to the consumers. And that's just a good thing for us and for everybody. As far as capabilities from a omni-channel, from getting products to the customer, I think that the people that learn for the first time that shop online, that will stay. Buy online, pick up in store, we talked about, that will stay elevated. And just really the last thing I want to mention is a lot of retailers worked really well together during this crisis. I was on calls with retailers almost weekly, and that collaboration, I think, will stay because I think that we're better together. And while there's competition, we know what we can and can't say. There's so many things where we don't compete, where we can move the whole industry forward.
Well, that's great. That's cheering to hear, actually, that there's some level of cooperation or co-opetition or whatever it would be. Well, Andrew, this has been a great conversation, and thank you so much for bringing us up to speed about what's happening with Vitamin Shoppe and the specifics there. I'm glad it looks like, it looks like Vitamin Shoppe has come through pretty well, and I wish you continued success. And thanks everybody for listening. We really appreciate your watching these videos and hope you're taking away some good stuff from them. So thanks for your time.